Thank you all so much for joining us. We've got a lot going on the Hill today, so we're going to have members coming and going during this press conference. But we are here today to authoritatively express that President Trump did not commit an insurrection, and we believe Congress has a unique role in making that declaration. It's not the job of the states, and especially not the job of some bureaucrats in Colorado, to make this assessment and interfere with the rights of voters to cast their vote for the candidate of their choice. The very experts who often get on television and talk about securing democracy seem to be the first to want to then remove a candidate from the ballot because they are afraid that he is too popular. We have 63 co-sponsors to the resolution that Ms. Stefanik and I will be filing today to express the sense of Congress that President Trump did not commit an insurrection. I want to express my gratitude to Senator Vance for filing the companion legislation over in the Senate. And now is time for members of the House and Senate to show where they stand on this question. We and the former president welcome and expect many more co-sponsors in the coming days and look forward to a floor vote. And now I'd like to recognize my co-lead on this project, our terrific Republican Conference Chair, Elise Stefanik.
Thank you so much, Matt Gaetz. The American people are smart. They know that the weaponized attacks of radical far-left prosecutors and Joe Biden's Department of Justice against President Donald Trump are nothing more than a targeted political witch hunt used to further their own extreme far-left political agenda and hijack the will of the American people come Election Day. As President Donald Trump continues to dominate in the polls, extreme Democrats will stop at nothing in attempt to prevent President Donald Trump from returning to the White House, and the Democrats are shredding the Constitution in the process. Joe Biden claims that democracy is on the ballot, yet the American people know that it is Joe Biden and Democrats who are openly attacking democracy. I am honored to stand as an original co-sponsor on Congressman Gaetz' resolution that President Donald Trump did not engage in insurrectional rebellion against the United States. That is a fact. Rogue far-left Democrat operatives are attempting to use this lie to illegally take President Trump off the ballot. This week, the Supreme Court will begin arguments in Trump v. Anderson to determine if liberal activist judges have the right to erase Donald Trump from the ballot, steal the election, and the American people's right to elect our leaders. For the sake of American democracy, I am proud to fight for President Trump and the tens of millions of American patriots who face political persecution. With that, I'm honored to turn it over to Bill Posey, our colleague who is also a co-sponsor of this bill. Bill.
Thank you. And thank you, Congressman Gaetz, for leading on this. The same people trying to keep Donald Trump off the ballot are the same ones who supported the fake dossier, the biggest fraud in political history, probably. Same ones who claimed Obamacare would let you keep your own doctor, keep your own insurance company, and it's going to cost you less. Same people. They're the same people that claim the border is secure. Now they claim Donald Trump is a danger to democracy and should not be on the ballot. Just three quick facts. The real threat to democracy is an administration that weaponizes government to target, intimidate, and silence political opponents. The real threat to democracy is the use of lawfare to destroy political adversaries and interfere in elections. The real threat to a democracy is denying American citizens the right to vote for the candidate of their choice. And this time I'd like to turn it over to a colleague from the great state of Texas, Congressman Babin.
Thank you, Mr. Posey. I want to thank Mr. Gaetz for having this. Really appreciate it. I'm Brian Babin, 36th District of Texas. Here's the reality. If you still refuse to believe that the endless war on Donald J. Trump is fueled by anything other than pure hatred and personal vendettas, we're not ever going to change your mind. The facts obviously don't really matter to you. But the American people and those standing with me here today can see the truth. The radical left is attempting to destroy our electoral process, and folks, we cannot let them succeed for the benefit of our great republic. It is time to push back, to preserve the type of freedom that was won by blood and defended by patriots, to keep in place the liberties that set the United States apart from all nations on the face of this earth and have allowed our nation to become the envy of the world. We cannot bend the knee or turn a blind eye to this blatant attempt to discredit the will of the American people. It is crystal clear that Donald Trump did not incite an insurrection. To say otherwise and to block him from any ballot in any state is election interference, pure and simple, period. Let's not call this what it is, or let's do call this what it is, a desperate fourth quarter Hail Mary to remove a political opponent and rival from contention. It's a reckless precedent that sets and risks our entire democratic process, and it must be rejected. I yield back. I would like to introduce my good friend from Arizona, Representative Andy Biggs.
Thanks, Mr. Gaetz. I appreciate you introducing this important piece of legislation to try to readjust the constitutional republic that we are. What we have seen is mass hysteria caused by you, the reckless leftist media. That's what we've seen. Let's consider this. What did Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter Matthew Rosenberg say? He said the left's overreaction, the left's reaction to it in some places was over the top. They were making it this organized thing that it wasn't. That's what Mr. Rosenberg said. What did the court say when you had an individual, a guy named Matthew Martin? He's tried. He just happened to be here, peacefully wandering around. But he was charged with entering a restricted building, disorderly conduct, violent entry, and parading in the Capitol building, petty offenses. But what we found out is he was waved into the Capitol. And what did a Capitol police officer say? Well, the crowd was large. We waved him in. That was the testimony given by a police officer. That doesn't sound like an insurrection. Neither do these comments by President Trump. Stay peaceful. Please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They're truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. 30 minutes later, I'm asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That doesn't sound like an insurrection. How about this? Exclusive. The FBI finds scant evidence that U.S. Capitol attack was coordinated. FBI investigators did find that some cells of protesters, including followers of two groups, Oath Keepers and Proud Boys, had aimed to break into the Capitol, but they found no evidence that the groups had any serious plans about what to do if they made it inside the Capitol. That doesn't sound like an insurrection. Further, the FBI found no evidence that President Trump or people directly around him were involved in organizing violence, according to law enforcement personnel. No charges filed for insurrection or treason. How about when Director Wray came in and testified before Judiciary? He said there were three groups on the Capitol that day. Largely, and by far the majority, were peaceful. Second group were people that, for whatever reason, they entered the Capitol, but they were peaceful, but they committed a trespass. And then you had a small group that was violent. We call that a riot. Well, but that's not how it happened. The Democrats, they insisted that it was an insurrection, but the exchange between Eric Swalwell trying to get this director to say that it was an insurrection at the hearing in June of 2021, where Director Wray said, well, Congressman, I understand why you describe it that way, but as FBI director, that term has legal meaning. It was not an insurrection, but the crazos on the left, supported by their accomplices in the media, continue to try to harass and have President Trump removed from ballots using this false narrative. And it is a false narrative. And that's why I'm here. I appreciate Representative Gaetz and Representative Stefanik. And I will be supporting this bill. And I will just tell you one other thing. when I think of insurrection, well, I'm not even going to go there. I can just tell you this. I wish you'd all take a look at your leftist colleagues in the Congress who've advocated violence over time. Then tell me what insurrection is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said.